The Rams kickoff team on the field, and here we go with the ball in the air. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Heading out is the Texans offense as they get set to take over here. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Throwing again is Watson. And he'll be out of bounds up past the 45. 23 yards on the play. Watson on first down. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
They're bringing a lot of pressure here already in the first quarter. Already sacked him once. Got to get in there and knock another one away. You think maybe that Tucker rule being gone makes defenses a lot bolder?
Yes, indeed. That time, lucky that the arm was going forward. Incomplete pass. Now Watson. Escaping the pressure right. And he's got some space here. The improv act there, good for 9. And now they'll be looking at a 3rd and short. 3rd and 1. This is 3rd and 1. Very likely 4-down territory, even if they don't get it, though.
Reset. Come back. Target.
From the gun, here's Watson. Buying time to his left. And he's got Miller. 20. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 20-yard line. And they pick up 25 as they convert on 3rd. The Texans with a first opportunity now from the red zone. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 17. From the red zone now, Watson forced out to his left. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
On 2nd down, here's Watson. He rifles one that's intercepted. LaMarcus Joyner with a pick. And a short return will be stopped inside the 10 at the 8-yard line.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
And he's going to be taken down here at about the 10. Tackle made by Whitney Merciless.
Well, he's looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down. Gonna be a safety. And you know, the man who sat in my chair the last few years, he has a theory. These plays, these safeties, they're so rare. Maybe they should be worth more than 2, maybe 4 points.
I think he's got a great point. I really do, Brandon. But I would go ahead and up it to 6. I'm a former defender. To me, that's like scoring a touchdown.
Easy now. I'll go 4. I don't know about 6.
Come on. Come up to 6.
A lot of points. Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at their own 27. After the interception, here's Watson. And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it. And it took the ball off course.
The good signal callers would never go back in the huddle and play the blame game because they need those guys to protect him. But on that last one, his offensive line, they lost their leverage very quickly, and that's why they were able to get to him and hit him as he tried to throw the football and force an incompletion.
Oh, the ball is out. Watson lost it. And now the Rams have got it, going the other way. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on 2nd down.
He'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down. The Rams on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. He went backwards 5 yards there on 3rd down to bring up 4th.
Came out in a power set, but that only served to put more men in the box. And guess what? If you're going to do that, you've got to win up front, right? Your offensive guys have got to beat the defenders. They lost all leverage on that play.
So not sure how they feel about that. They had golden field position to start the drive after the fumble recovery, but they went backward and then got 3.
Well, let's go from gold to silver, because the silver lining is they got the 3, right? You're talking about the golden field position. They didn't take advantage of it. That has to feel like a letdown.
You always stand ready to pounce. Always. Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. Now, they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. To throw on 2nd is Watson. The catch made by DeAndre Hopkins. And he's brought down after a good gain. That goes for a gain of 31. Watson hands to Miller on the draw. And an alley to run. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18. And movement here by one of the Texans up front. In comes the flag. A false start backs him up 5. 1st and 15. A shotgun snap for Watson. Eluding the pressure right. And some room to work. And he's going to go out of bounds. He takes this one down shy of the 20. 1:58 to go in this first half of play. We're back to the City of Angels after this timeout. Here's Watson now on 2nd down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Aaron Donald in there to get him for his second sack of the night.
Enough takes a start to have a good drive, quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. They'll get 11, but still a little short. 4th down. They failed once in this spot earlier, but the offense will stay out to go for it on 4th down.
Reset. Come back.
Watson just beating the play clock. And that is going to be incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Rams are going to take possession of the turnover on downs. The Rams offense now making their way out to take over. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there, that could change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half.
That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. I'm no offensive mastermind, but of all the guys on the field to block, you might want to stop him.
Look, I've got a very simple rule. An unblocked defender is usually your best defender, and he ended up making the play there.
He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down. And now the Texans are going to stop it as they signal for a timeout. As the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this 3rd and long play as we'll get a timeout. As the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime.
55 is mine, guys. 55.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. Fielded just inside the 30. So a change of possession here on the punt. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. Now the Texans offense, they head back out to do battle here. Heading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
On 1st down, it's Watson. A deep ball for Ellington. And lucky to get away with one there. That one nearly picked. 2nd down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Watson. Dancing to his left. And a big loss here as he's taken down. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. Gonna need something special here on 3rd and long after that sack. What does Watson have in his arsenal? The final shot before the break, Watson. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. The Rams going to get the football first here, and they look to build on their lead as the second half gets started. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Second half begins with a run from Miller. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And it'll be 2nd and 12. Watson. Flushed out right. And that's off the mark, incomplete. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. Now Watson on 3rd down. And down he goes on the pressure from the Rams defense. Aaron Donald bringing the pressure again, and that is his 3rd sack here tonight. Boy, not deterred from those first 2 failed attempts. They're going to go a 3rd time here on 4th down. They are going for it. Here's Watson. The catch made by Miller. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. 27 yards, a big play there on 4th.
Come back, come back. Come back, come back. Come back, come back.
On 1st and 10, Watson going deep for Hopkins. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down. So they took a shot on 1st down, but couldn't connect. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Back to the air, Watson on 2nd down. On the crossing route, complete. That's Griffin. And he takes this one down all the way near the 30. A good pickup there, 26 yards. On 1st down, Watson. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38. Aaron Donald in there again. My goodness, that is now his 4th sack tonight. Here's Watson looking to throw on 2nd down. Underneath for Miller. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. It'll be a 3-yard gain, and it'll be a 3rd and about 13.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
A nice gain of 21 yards. I don't know what they talked about at halftime. Whatever it was, it worked. They look like a different team here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, I doubt that there are very many trash cans that got kicked over that type of a speech. I think what they did was they analyzed what worked in the first half, what didn't, and figured out a better game plan.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Steps away to his left. Oh, the ball is out. Watson lost it.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that.
Well, as the play call comes in on 3rd down, you have to think about 4-down territory here. Down a few touchdowns, they need points, and they need big points.
That'll go as a loss of 5. And it'll be 3rd down. And a manageable 3rd down becomes a lot less manageable. 3rd and 7 after the false start. Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. He can run for it, and he will. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down. So hang on, a big call coming on 3rd down. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this 3rd quarter as he'll go for it on 4th down.
Down. Blue 80. Blue 80. Come back, come back. Richmond, Richmond. Come back, come back.
Back to throw, Watson. Flush to his right. That's to his running back, complete. And unable to break away. They stop him a few yards shy. Bill O'Brien rolls the dice, but to no avail. And the Rams are going to take possession of the turnover on downs. They find some open field here. And he's up past the 10 to about the 12. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
3rd quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out. But a running game can really benefit your team right now.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. Losing 4 yards that time, and now it's 4th down. So it looks like somebody may have forgotten the snap count, and a 5-yard penalty ensues. Here's Johnny Hacker now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. It's a touchdown as his guys are in for 6, and the Texans cut into that lead. Kaimi Fairbairn on for the extra point. Fairbairn good with the extra point, and that will shave one more off this lead. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. The Rams offense now, they get set and head back onto the field. They've got to right the ship. They had a great first half, but the lead has really gone down. Now, you know, you always talk about the adjustment to the adjustment. They've got to adjust right here.
And I think a lot of it is just mentally. Get back to doing what you were doing well in the beginning of the game, but a lot of that is playing with that emotion and that sense of pride and fire that sometimes goes away a little bit when you build up a lead. You think you've got it going, and you also think, at any moment, I can go ahead and go back to the way it was before. You and I both know it's not that easy once you get off the gas a little.
Yeah, they don't want to see this lead diminish anymore. That goes for a gain of 31. Oh, he's got some breathing room. He's going to be out of bounds on what's going to wind up being the final play of quarter number 3. So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 42-yard line. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. And down inside the 40 to about the 38. 8 yards on the run, and that cuts us down to a 3rd and about 5.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. And a loss of 3 to bring up 4th.
They tried to run right into the teeth of the defense on 3rd down, but looked like those teeth were pretty sharp.
They were having absolutely none of it, stuffed him for a loss.
Yeah, couldn't get any leverage up front and move people aside in order to run the ball.
So his 2nd field goal of the game, and that could turn out to be the big one.
Yeah, you have to make them score twice to beat you, and that's not impossible. But here in the 4th quarter, puts their backs clearly against the wall.
And now out comes Houston. Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at their own 26.
Tiger. Come back.
Now a 1st down throw. Watson escaping the pressure right. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there.
Richmond.
The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
Now, that was not a bad scramble there on 1st down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable 2nd and short.
Wide open receiver complete. And he takes it all the way down to the 28-yard line. A huge play there for Houston. And even 40 yards.
Reset.
To throw is Watson on 1st down. And that's complete. It's Allington. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Watson now to throw on 2nd down. Being chased out left. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's 3rd down.
So many times we talk about having good eye discipline when you're playing defense, making sure your eyes are in the proper place on a given play. Looks like that discipline came to the front there, didn't it? They were able to hold him for a short gain when he took off running.
They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Clock management, definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
They'll roll him out right. Got a man open. It's Fuller for the Texans touchdown. Will Fuller, a 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Texans draw a bit closer. A big spot now for the Texans as they'll try for 2.
Green the line. Come back.
Out of the gun, Watson. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. Should have been picked. Probably doesn't matter on a 2-point conversion, but still, As a former DB, you want to grab that ball when you can, don't you?
You certainly do, and don't say it, because I know you're thinking it. Don't say it.
What am I thinking?
You know I know what you're thinking. Well, if he'd had hands, he'd be playing on offense, right?
That's true. You've said that before. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. Try to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. And now the Texans are going to stop it as they signal for a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. And some space here. A big play on the ground there. It goes for 36 yards.
Just keep the ball on the ground. Do a little pounding. Chew up some clock. If they can get it in, that might be enough to get them home. And if not, the clock is definitely their friend.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Los Angeles. Todd Gurley taking it in. And the Rams add on to their lead. Solid job up front. Really just a solid job all the way around to get that one in.
That was well executed, wasn't it? Well blocked, well run. End result, 6 points.
Touchdown. The Rams kickoff team on the field, and here we go with the ball in the air. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. And the Texans set to come onto the field. Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line.
Tiger. Richmond.
Watson throwing on 1st down. And the Rams got him. They bring him down. Aaron Donald in there yet again. My goodness, make it 5 sacks for him now in this one game alone.
Richmond. Tiger. Come back.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Watson. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Michael Brockers in there to take him down and to take us to the 2-minute warning. Gonna need something special here on 3rd and long after that sack. What does Watson have in his arsenal? Now Watson from the gun, he'll throw. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. LaMarcus Joyner with a pick, and his guys will take over at the 30-yard line.
Obviously disappointing, but you had to go for broke here, down 2 scores. So that forced you to make some throws you definitely wouldn't want to make. And I think this interception is going to pretty much write an end to this one.
And some room to maneuver. That burst good for 20 and a 1st down.
When big runs occur, sometimes there's a sense that things were pretty easy, and that one carried them down inside the 10. But getting into the end zone now, that won't be easy at all because you're going to face different defenses and not as much real estate to work with. Will they be able to run it, or will they have to throw it in order to try and score?
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. The Texans going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. A good job there defensively to stop him for a gain of just 4, and that'll bring up 4th and goal.
They went for broke on 3rd down, and it would have really lit up the sideline if that one had worked. What do they do now on 4th down?
They go for it on 4th and goal, but that winds up incomplete.
I remember being taught that cliches have become so for a reason. A lot of times they're true, right? What's that they used to tell us about letting sleeping dogs lie? But this one wasn't sleeping, maybe it was just slumbering a little bit. But taking that gamble there, you've got the lead. You may have ignited them now if they stopped you.
That's exactly right. If you take the points here, you don't shift momentum necessarily on that play. You probably just did. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up second down. Play action from Miller. Now Watson out to his left. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. LaMarcus Joyner with a pick, and they'll spot him at the 3-yard line. And that pick just sets him up beautifully right down near the goal line.
I remember being in a defensive meeting back when I was in college, and our defensive coordinator says, we're going to call this be who you are defense. D linemen, you play the run. Linebackers, be aware of anything. And secondary, you play the pass. That way, you're all set, ready for whatever they put out there.
That gets them 3 yards closer here as it brings up 2nd and goal.
A lot can go wrong when you call play.
And he takes it across for a Rams touchdown. Brandon Cooks taking it in from a yard.